Hey, everybody, off the top rope, off the Mike Sports Network here, man. Tony Khan has lost his goddamn mind. Like, he's lost his damn mind. Um, so apparently in an interview recently, he, defended the whole famed spiked bat spot with Jon Moxley and said it brought outside fans and created interest. So he was on the Way of the Blade podcast. And so Tony Khan defended the spot saying, quote, when Mox hit the spike bat in his back, that was a great wrestling moment. It was memorable. It helped drive box office for us. It was the highest rated episode of the year. It went viral. It's one of the most watched videos of the year. It's probably the most watched video of the year in AEW. It's a fantastic moment. It made the new fans and created interest. It was on TMZ. There are people who weren't watching AEW that saw it. It brought outside fans and created casual interest. If you thought that brought casual interest and actually brought you box office, you are completely wrong. Because the more people that I saw that watched that spot, that drove more people away because that was carny, indie-rific bullshit. Okay? So if you're trying to rationalize, granted, this is almost like a month ago, and now you're talking about it, how it brought in revenue. And then also you say that with a straight face when your numbers still haven't really, been great. You used to be doing close to 800, 900, maybe even a million. Now you're below 600,000 and you haven't cleared 700,000 in like basically like a full calendar year. Yet, hey, wait, we brought in more box office because we did something crazy that no other wrestling show could do. And I know some people are like, yeah, I don't care about the violence. Here's my problem, and I've said this for months. My problem with AEW when they do stuff like this and they do so many gratuitous and just over the top shit, there's no story to it. Like that was just because, hey, we're on a random Wednesday night and we're in a street fight. We're gonna do something crazy with Adam Copeland's bat. You thought that brought casual interest, like that's absolutely stuff that you should not be seeing on public television. Like you go to an indie show. You go to an indie show in a gymnasium to see that type of shit. You go to GCW to see that type of shit. GCW doesn't have a major television deal. They are on pay-per-view, but they don't have a major television contract. You're on Turner. You're on Turner Sports. You're on Warner Brothers Discovery. Like, have some self-respect. And saying that's one of the great wrestling moments ever? The hell are you talking about, man? Hey, what the hell are you smoking? What the fuck are you talking about? Like that makes no sense whatsoever. Like, yeah, WWE has occasionally had some questionable moments. That's not one of the greatest wrestling moments of all time, right? It's just like I read this quote again. It's just like, yeah, it was a great wrestling moment. It was memorable. Yeah, it was memorable for the wrong reasons because, hey, everybody couldn't get the vision of, the bat sticking out of Jon Moxley's back. Like, and, it's like, it's the type of shit that you want to get out of wrestling. And I feel like constantly AEW is doing this type of shit just to generate a reaction rather than, focusing on telling a story and, having some meaning for a spot like that, even though I don't think you need to go to those lengths to tell a story. And, yeah, to me, what this came down to, this was just a cheap reaction to pop an audience. And, and you talk about the social links. Yeah, it was all over the internet because it was gross. It was gross. You don't see that shit. And some people will defend it because it's like, hey, Jon Moxley was comfortable with it. It's like, dude, you didn't need to go to those lengths. You were already doing a retread of a terrible main event that you did literally 10 days prior to that. And now Tony Khan is trying to do this. That's what this came across to me. It came across to me as damage control. It literally came across to me as damage control. He's talking about box office. Box office? What? The highest rated episode of the year. It went viral. Yeah, it went viral for all the wrong. Made new fans. Created new interest. No. And it's just like sometimes they just do these cheap tricks that they resort to. It's almost like Vince McMahon, and they're resorting to these decisions that are just supposed to pop an audience or, just generate buzz or whatever. Any publicity is good publicity. In this respect, you just didn't need to do it. And now and now a month after the fact, you're saying this on podcast and you're basically saying, yeah, it was a great moment for us. It was, dude, I could count at least about 20, maybe even more moments that were way more significant and way more meaningful in AEW than what that bat situation did. Tony Khan, you're on drugs, man. I don't even know what is going on. He is just doing everything he can to just smear things and just like, slant things a certain way. I don't even know what the hell is going on in that company right now. Cause like I said, for every good wrestling match there is, there's no meaning. And then they do these cheap, just indie-rific spots that just make no fucking sense. And it's just it's all about generating a reaction. It's like, yeah, and I understand WWE does have, like the viral moments for Logan Paul, but it's like, hey, they didn't stick a bat in some guy's back. Come on. What are we doing? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.